Hello, young and old, near and far. It's been a long time since I've brought a video to you guys, and it's just it's been a lot of different things going on, but a lot of good things. Like I mentioned in my last video, I just became a dad. I finished school. I went back to work full time, so it's just been quite a journey. But this video is actually represents a lot of firsts for me. So this is actually going to be an unboxing and a kind of a first impressions video on this guy here. So um, if you're not familiar, LMD stands for Liang Ma Designs, I believe. So these knives are from Liong Mah himself. So I'm going to go ahead and open it up and let's just see what we got. So as I open up this box, like I mentioned, this is a first for a lot of reasons. Um, and I'm really excited. Actually, I had taken kind of a hiatus from making knives. I mean, not making knives, making videos on knives. I just kind of wanted to step away for just a little bit. But you can see here, boom. So just to just to kind of point it out, I'm using the Chris Reeve small Sebenza 21 in single. I'm starting to see less and less of these 21s. I know they phased them out for the new Sebenza 31 model. So I mean, if you still can get your hand on the 21 model, I feel like it's still really the pinnacle of like Chris Reeve, kind of like their craftsmanship, and they just really left a mark on knife industry. I feel like through the Sebenza 21, and so yeah. So with that being said, I'm gonna put this guy away. So the reason why I say this is a first for a lot of reasons, because let me just open it up and show you. So this is kind of, I think this is I don't know if this is like the typical Liang Ma pouch. I think I've seen like the taco pouches, so maybe this is something a little bit special or different. And the reason why I say that is because I actually ordered, and cool, check this out. It comes with a little like Velcro pouch. They just stick it on there. It's kind of cool. Yeah, so it's like kind of like a fold over pouch, and it's very cushy. It's very nice. And with it, as you can see, let me just make sure there's nothing else in there. Okay, it comes with a little card. Yeah, nothing like special. It looks like more like a business card, and it has this nice kind of a fur like texture inside. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So with that being said, it comes with this microfiber cloth, which is a cool touch. I rarely use like these microfiber cloth that these different knife companies give, but it's a nice touch. I appreciate that. So here it is, guys. This is the Liang Ma's Model 18, and I have not seen a lot of videos or a lot of these knives out in the wild. I don't know, it's because it's still fairly new or people are a little bit hesitant. But you know what, I'll talk about that in a little bit. But this is my first integral knife. So when I say integral, this is made from one billet of titanium, a solid titanium block that they mill out. So there is typically, you have a kind of these two handles that kind of come together with screws. This is just a one block of titanium. Look at that incredible design, that milling. When I was listening to Liang Ma's interview regarding this Model 18, he said that it takes, I believe he said it takes about an hour just to mill out the handle, I think. And then once they actually mill out this wave pattern, they actually have to kind of polish it by hand and knock out some of like the rough kind of the milling kind of the patterns that kind of is like the raw form, and they just go in there and they polish it out by hand. So look at that, that's incredible. I'm looking through it just with my naked eye, and it is really beautiful to behold. Of course, you got that I think there's like a standard Liang Ma kind of pocket clip with that ceramic ball. Yeah, it has a really good tension. And then also just moving towards a pivot. This is like the Liong Mah, I think he calls it the shield pivot. Yeah, just man, it has a good kind of a weight to it. It's not overly heavy, but feels very solid. I think this weighs in about 5 point something ounces, so it's not like a lightweight knife by any stretch of your imagination, but it does feel very sturdy. So yeah, this is my first integral knife, and I could already say I'm actually really digging the way it feels in my hand so far. I'm gonna go ahead and flip it. Oh my goodness, have mercy on my soul. Dang, the flipping action is amazing. I'll talk a little bit more about that. The second reason why this is a first for me is because this is the first S90V knife I've have in my collection. So I know people say amazing things about S90V. It's like, the top of the top tier kind of super steels that are out there today. And it's supposed to have just really incredible properties, a stainless, or stain resistant. But wow, that flipping action is amazing. Wow, it feels really good in the hand. I'm a sucker for knives that feel very ergonomic and it feels very organic and natural in the hand. And this definitely feels it just feels like, all these dips and these divots, it all kind of feels like it should be there. It feels like everything, the fingers all kind of just fall into all the right places very naturally. I don't feel like I have to force my hand into any particular position. So it just feels very natural in the hand. It's very well balanced. Um, wow, man, look at that blade. I believe this is like it has like the kind of the hand satin finish flats, and then I think there's like a stone wash um, on the cutting edge, or on that. Man, I'm losing it. It's kind of late, guys. I apologize. But yeah, wow. This is kind of like that loveless blade profile design. Wow, it's beautiful. This is a beautiful knife. Um, the action is, I mean, look at that. Boom, it looks like it's dead centered. Yeah, this action is nice. It's very snappy. Whew. One thing I heard about integral knives is that they typically have like weaker detents. I don't know if just by kind of the DNA of of the integral design, but I don't know what Liang Ma did with Riot, but the detent is dialed right on. Like, look at that. Boom, it just sucks it right in. Let me see. There's really no wobble. I mean, there might be very little, but seems very precisely designed, very precisely placed, so it just sucks right in. Wow, that action is like amazing. I know it's gonna break in, so right now it's not like super drop shutty, but I'm sure over time um you know it will become smoother and smoother. But already out of the box, guys, it just feels wow. Oh man, very good detent, very good action. Just snaps right out with authority. Has a really nice sound. I think one thing that people talk about with Liang Ma knives, especially their kitchen utility knife, the cuff, is that it makes a really distinct and beautiful sound. And let me just shut up. So I'm gonna try to kind of hear the sound of this guy. Yeah, it sounds nice. It sounds nice. I mean, it's not like super beautiful, but it does have a very kind of a resonant, a ting to it. Man, guys, I gotta say, if you're, one thing also that I was hearing from folks, like I think when this initially kind of came out, or that what is it like, there was kind of a heads up that this was coming out. People saw the price and they kind of balked at it a little bit. And I think one of the kind of the general comments that people have with Liong Mah knives is that it's a little bit on the pricier side. And I understand that. I think right now the knife market is just so inundated, saturated with so many knives at so many different price points. I feel like this is kind of like the golden era of knives where you could get a really well made knife with premium materials from, you know, just a well regarded company, you know, at a pretty affordable price nowadays. You know, you have companies like Savivi, you know, you got Spyderco, of course, you know, and even Liang Ma knives just came out with like their budget line. I believe it's called the Eutectic line. And so, you know, there's just so many options out there. So I understand why people, you know, can see, you know, this knife. This is like, I would say, the base model. It came in at $600. You could start to get more premium. It has different kind of inlays, and then you start to get, and then they also have like a Damascus steel version as well, and those start to go upwards of $1,000 or more. So I mean, I understand, you know, but if you're a knife nut like me, I feel like that's just a price to play, you know, a price to play. Yeah. But yeah, first impressions is this is a beautiful knife. Just aesthetically, it looks very attractive. I feel like it's just everything looks just well proportioned. Yeah, and then in terms of the feel in the hand, it feels very comfortable in the hand. I don't feel really any sharp corners or angles or edges, especially because I think because with an integral and the way that they kind of rounded off the corners, you know, it's just, yeah, it just feels very warm and just solid in the hand, you know. And then, you know, just jimping here doesn't feel aggressive at all. It just gives enough of texture to let you know that it's there, and that's about it. You know, it's not gonna lock in your thumb, I would say, you know, but it's just enough. It feels very pleasant. um yeah, man, this is, wow, I love that two-tone finish. Look at that. Let me feel how it feels. Yeah, it's ground very nice. I love when companies, and I believe this was manufactured by Riat, and look at that grind line. I mean, that bevel is just super consistent throughout, all the way from heel to tip, as well as it looks like on the other side as well. It's just very consistent. Just those lines are super consistent. I love that. It's just those little attention to detail. I feel like that really makes a difference to us knife nuts, you know. Wow, man, I'm starting to just today. This is March 31st, 2022. I just saw Blade HQ drop some of these models, and so I think it's starting to go out into the wild. So I'm pretty sure we're gonna see more of these guys soon. But if you're on the fence, right? If you're wanting to get into an integral knife, or you want to try out your first, and that's another thing, this is my first Liang Ma knife actually, so it's a first of many, you know. I mean, it's just a lot of first with this knife, but I'm really glad that I went with this model 18. And the reason why they call it the model 18 is because they're celebrating or commemorating 18 years of being in the knife industry. So Liang Ma has been in the knife industry for about 18 years, and so that's pretty awesome, you know. I love when I hear people just stay in a certain discipline or industry for a long period of time, you know, because you know, you know, just being able to master a skill, you know, it does take time. I mean, there's no shortcuts, you know, and I just feel like Liang Ma over the years has really refined and refined and refined his knives, you know, to what we see today, you know. And so I feel like the Model 18 is really a testament to his journey, to all that he's gone through, all of the headaches, the failures, and the successes that he has gone through over 18 years. And now we get to enjoy the culmination of his work and knowledge with this Model 18. I think it's very fitting, You know, it's a gorgeous knife. Really is. So I don't know. I'm kind of a little bit speechless, to be honest. You know, I just this that knife is definitely something that you should hold in your hand to really, really appreciate everything about this knife. It's wow. Thank you, Liang Ma, for bringing this to us knife nuts. I'm gonna carry it and use it, and then I'll do a more of like a full-on review. This was just the first impressions unboxing video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions or comments, just drop them down below. If you enjoy my videos, then please subscribe and hit that notification bell. But with that being said, I'll just shut up now and just kind of give you a silent, kind of a slow roll, and then let you guys go. Have a good one, man.